Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry. Breaking news in the college basketball world tonight. WSU men's basketball head coach Kyle Smith has tested positive for coronavirus. Brenda Green joins us with the latest.
Yeah, at 3 p.m. today, the school released a statement detailing how Kyle Smith is feeling and what this means for WSU's men's basketball team moving forward. Smith is experiencing minor symptoms right now. He had a presumptive positive antigen test earlier this week, which was confirmed by a PCR test. As of right now, no other members of WSU's men's basketball program are currently in the COVID protocol, so practice will continue. Smith is not expected to coach WSU's first game of the season on November 25th against Texas Southern. Ironically, the first half of their schedule was just announced earlier today. Assistant coach Jim Shaw will be acting head coach in Smith's absence. Smith did say he'll continue to be connected with the basketball team remotely. Back to you.
And breaking just moments ago, more bad news for WSU basketball fans. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that Klay Thompson was injured in a workout in Southern California today. He has a leg injury, and the extent of that injury is unknown at this time. Thompson tore his ACL in the 2019 NBA Finals and sat out all of last season. Well, the superintendent of the Moses Lake School District says he and his family have been recovering from coronavirus. That as the school district is experiencing a surge in cases, prompting the district to move 4 schools to all online learning. Superintendent Dr. Joshua Meeks says that he contracted the virus through a close family friend. Now, he stressed that he and his family have followed COVID-19 protocols and have taken the virus seriously. Meeks says he, his wife, and his 3 boys have all experienced different symptoms. Meeks adds that he first noticed he was sick when he came down with what he said felt like a terrible head cold. He also hasn't been able to taste or smell anything for the last 11 days. Meeks says he's sharing his story so that everyone knows to take the coronavirus seriously.
It happened so quickly that I think nobody should take anything for granted. So if you're not feeling well, stay home.
Now, to be clear, Meeks' case is not linked to that super spreader wedding that happened near Ritzville earlier this month. Leaders in Grant County have tied local cases to that event, though while 4 Moses Lake schools are in remote learning because of COVID-19 cases, all other schools are continuing to offer students in-person instruction if families choose to do that. Some Spokane area restaurants are now moving their dining outdoors. This comes as part of the state's new guidelines. But as KREM 2's Amanda Rowley explains, this is a challenging shift for these businesses. Now, Amanda joins us live from Luna, which has already set up outdoor seating. Amanda.
Luna's has 2 igloos set up outside and it can seat 5 people. They've had this for about a month. Take a look over here. I'll give you a look inside, have my photographer follow me in. I'm opening the door here with a zipper door and already I can feel some nice cozy warm heat coming outside. They've got some chairs in here, lighting, full menu, and you can have it for the whole night. Now, this has been set up at Luna's for about a month, but most local restaurants are just now starting to figure out how to provide outdoor dining while also comply with new restrictions. New outdoor dining guidelines include using a temporary structure with no more than 2 walls to allow for ventilation. Now, there can be temporary structures with 3 walls as long as there is enough open space for ventilation. Now, Spokane Regional Health District Officer Frank Velasquez said in a press conference today, businesses cannot just take indoor seating and put them outside. Ventilation is key.
When you wall things off, you decrease that availability of circulating fresh air. And you use the word stack the tables or get, that really goes against the principle of social distancing. But by your description, it almost sounds like I just took the indoors and put it outside.
Now, this is not as easy as it sounds for businesses to make these adjustments. For example, I went to True Legends in Liberty Lake today, where they had already set up their tent and heated patio. You're looking at a video of what it looked like when I first arrived, but I pointed out to the managers that some of the tables were not spread out far enough. Their tent also had more than 3 walls. They later sent me a photo of the changes they made. True Legends ended up taking away some of the tables to make more space in their tent, and they took down the 4th tent wall completely. So this is just a big adjustment for local restaurants, because they all were planning on serving people indoors for the holidays and for football season. But as you saw with True Legends, this is going to be a work in progress, not only to follow the guidelines, but to also keep their business open. Reporting from Lunas tonight, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Thank you, Amanda, very much. Well, we've also got a little wet weather that we're tracking at times tonight and again at times tomorrow as well. Here's a look at your downtown. You can see the roadways there are wet. It's still not overly cold. We're still at 44 degrees. The average high this time of year is 41, but the wind is a factor out of the southwest right now at 21 miles per hour, as you can see right there on your screen. So again, a bit on the breezy side. Could even see wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. There's a closer look at the radar. Most of the rain now has moved into northern Idaho, tracking some very heavy rain, and we've even had a few isolated thunderstorms this afternoon across areas of the inland northwest. So your day planner forecast calling for rain at times this evening, an overnight low of 34. It will be windy again this evening and overnight, and then look for mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with showers most likely in the morning hours. We'll look for a daytime high of 45 degrees. I'm always looking ahead to the weekend. Right now it looks mostly dry, partly cloudy on Saturday and 43. Sunday mostly cloudy, 43, and we could see a few showers develop, say, late on Sunday night. We'll check the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. And here locally, we also asked Spokane's new interim health officer if we're on the right path with area schools. Cases continue to rise across the county, and hundreds of kids are in quarantine at home because of possible exposure. So we asked, should we keep allowing kids to phase back into the classrooms, or should we pause until we can get this latest spike under control?
As we've indicated, the pre-K through 2nd grade, I think we've done a lot of that very successfully. And as you know, the transmission is a little bit different as you get older children, which is one of the reasons why we have expressed a little bit of concern that there's not one thing that we worry about, or one marker that will say, okay, we need to stop here. But there are a lot of elements for that decision, and we're doing our best.
So it sounds like you're still going to leave it up to the individual districts to be making these decisions, not coming out with a blanket approach that everyone needs to adhere to.
So at this point in time, that is the conversation. I think the regional health district and the schools have worked very well together. Some schools have approaches a little bit differently, but at the end of the day, we can advise, we can provide guidance, and my hope and my expectation is that with the conversations that we have, the data that we have, the information that we bring to the table, and the information that we bring to the table from the community, the superintendents and us will make the right decisions.
The health officer also says they are considering a pause on bringing new groups of students back to the classroom. Now, if that happens, they hope to make the announcement within the next week. Well, with President-elect Joe Biden naming people to his transition team and talking about his priorities for the White House, speculation has begun about who will be named to his cabinet. And now some of that speculation has reached the Pacific Northwest. National outlets have reported that Washington Governor Jay Inslee is being considered for one of 3 positions in a Joe Biden cabinet, mostly having to do with leading agencies that are focused on environmental issues. But if Inslee were to leave for Washington, D.C., what happens to the governor's seat here in Washington? Well, tonight during KREM 2 News at 6 o'clock, we'll explain who would fill in for Inslee and how long that would be until Washingtonians elect a new permanent governor for the rest of the term.